Hi, Tim Blankenship here with Divorce661.com, specializing in California divorce. Today we're talking to Patti Handy, and we have her here today, among other things, talking about a new book she has written, 50 Ways to Flourish After Divorce. Thought this would be great to talk about and introduce you, as doing as many divorce cases that we do in California. You sent this to me. I saw that it had some value potentially to my clients, and I wanted to just give you an opportunity to talk about it. This is your chance to, let's talk about your book and how it can help people. It's very interesting. You went through divorce as well. You make that very clear in here. And so maybe you can just tell our viewers a little bit about what this book is about. And
Sure. After my divorce, my divorce was something of a surprise. My son was 18 months old. And there was a lot of craziness, obviously, emotionally, financially, physically. I was a hot mess, basically. And I found ways through a journey, and we all go through a journey when we go through divorce. And if you're in the middle of a divorce, I can tell you that the journey is worth it, because at the end you will become such a better, happier person. I wrote this book many years after my divorce, because going through my journey, I found ways that I healed, and that things that helped me heal, things that I just found that brought me to my journey, at the end of my journey, I should say. Well, we're all on a journey forever. I shouldn't say the end of my journey, but post-divorce. And I thought, I want to share this information. And it's not anything, I come from a financial background, but it's not financial related. It is purely from a place of heart. It's simple tools and tips that I used to really flourish after divorce. So it's literally 50 things that I did, and it's some humorous, embarrassing things, and it's things that I hope will help people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like how this is formatted. They are literally just 50 things, and some are as short as just a page or half a page. It's a quick read. You could do one a day. You could read the whole book in a sitting if you wanted to. You could read the whole book every day, just to remind yourself. Do you have any recommendations, or do you have people? I'm sure people are buying this book and saying, you're getting the accolades and things that helped me. Did they say how they utilize the book at all?
Yes, it's one of those things, and I remember when I went through my divorce that I didn't have the bandwidth to sit and read anything at length. I didn't have it. I'm emotionally crazy. I was dealing with my son. Life was just overwhelming. So a friend of mine gave me a book, and it was a book that had short little bits, so I could read a page and put it down, and I was done. But I gained a little nugget from that one page. So I wanted to do that same format in this book. So it's something you can pick up and read literally for one page, 30 seconds, put it down. Or you can read it in one sitting. Mm-hmm. And people have done both. And it depends on where you are. If you're at that very raw, vulnerable, very difficult stage, mm-hmm. at the very beginning, you only have the bandwidth to read one page, mm-hmm. and you put it down.
Yeah.
And then you come back to it. But yes, you can come back to it 6 months later and sort of recap, oh yeah, that's mm-hmm. right, I should do that.
Yeah, I read through probably half the book, and it'd be useful as reminders, when you're going through this process, and just open it up, and you can just kind of flip to a page and read one.
Right.
You can tab things that you want to continue to remind yourself. Is there one in here that you...
One in particular?
Yeah, there one. I always wanted to ask you that. Is there one in particular that you think, or is it kind of employing as many as possible?
There are some that are going to resonate more with others. Mm-hmm. I can't say I like one more than the other in terms of mm-hmm. a particular tip.
Fair enough.
However, if there was one thing I would say at the onset to focus on is taking really good care of yourself. Taking care of yourself physically, eating well, exercising, having some quiet time, being with friends. I'll speak to the women at this time. Women tend to be just dealing with the kids, dealing with the house, the multitasking, and we forego taking care of us. And we can't give to our children what we don't have ourselves. So my recommendation is to really start with yourself, fall back in love with yourself, and really acknowledge all of your gifts and the beauty that you bring to the world, and bring that back to you, and then you're able to give that to your kids, if you have kids, or to friends and family. And it's a great way just to move forward from a better place.
So it's really great information. How can they get a hold of your book? I know you have this on Amazon. How can they find your book and order your book?
Yes, Amazon is the best source right now to buy that book. Absolutely.
So just Amazon and search for 50 Ways to
Or just
Flourish, or what's the best way?
Search my name.
So
Yeah.
search for Patti Handy.
Yeah, Patti with an I, Handy with a Y.
Patti with an I, Handy with a Y, and it'll bring up your book.
It'll bring up this, and I have another book.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, great. Thanks so much for sharing that information. And you guys can find that on Amazon. Search for Patti Handy and order her book.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.